get this thing going. Alright, heater's going. Alright, so I didn't really want to pick up this quad. The guy was going to part it out, and I hate when people part out stuff, so I wanted to save it, and I know it's kind of a piece of crap, but I think we can maybe save it. But anyway, it's a 2004 Predator 500. I've owned the 2004s before, and I hated every single one I've owned, so I don't really know why I bought it. But again, like I said, I think I just wanted to save this one. It was up for 1,200 bucks on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, I'm not paying 1,200 bucks for that thing. It's clapped out pretty much, and it doesn't run, and the valves are bent, and pretty much everything is missing from it that's important. So I'm like, I'm not paying 1,200. I offered the guy 8. He came back with 9. I went there, everything was missing. I'm like, well, I'll give you 700 bucks, and he said 8. So we agreed on $800. I didn't really want to pay more than 6 actually, but I knew the guy wouldn't really come down too far, so I offered 7, and I mean, at least he came down to 8, I guess. But let's go over this thing. There's really not too many good things about it, except for the tusk nerf bars, which the nuts are broken anyway, so that was the only aftermarket part I could see. It's missing a bunch of parts. It's missing the grab bar, the battery, the throttle cap up here, the grips, headlight bulbs are missing. What else is it missing? Oh, the piece of plastic right here, the air filter it's missing, and I think that's it. So I guess it's not missing too much, but oh, and then the back shock is busted in the back too. I forgot about that. That's a big one. So the oil line going to it right there is kinked or busted. So definitely needs new shock as well. So the story goes, the guy posted it for his friend, I guess. And he said that his friend was adjusting the valves, and apparently he adjusted them wrong. He shimmed them wrong. And he went to crank over the engine, and he must have done the timing wrong or the valve adjustment wrong, and he said that the friend bent the valve. He said he didn't take apart the top end. All he said was he looked through the cylinder and could see a little bit of light coming through the valves. So who knows what went wrong with this thing. It was kind of a weird deal. He didn't know too much about it yet. It was at his house. I don't know, kind of weird. But I trusted the guy, I guess, and for 800 bucks, if I can't get it going, we can always part it out, right? So I'm interested to see if the guy was lying about this thing or not. Get a jumper. I have very low expectations for this quad, but we will see here. I don't know if that's ground or not. That must be ground, I guess. Let's see. Where does that go to? I guess we'll find out. I don't know why there's 2 grounds, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. We can fry the whole system here. We must have to. Hook these guys up as well. Oh. Well, the neutral light doesn't work. I don't know if that's connected down there. Neutral light doesn't work. Starter. So that turns over at least. Let's see if the neutral light can work here. Maybe it's disconnected down here. I guess it's kind of the least of our worries though, so, well, another thing that doesn't work on it. So you can hear it crank over pretty good. I guess we'll test compression next and see what we've got for compression here. Get the seat off of here. You can kind of see the non-existent air filter in here. It's a piece of foam. So that just went like that, and there's a bunch of crap in there, so hopefully all that stuff didn't get thrown into the engine. I don't know why people do that. It's just like, get an air filter for it, saves your engine. I don't really get it. This piece goes right here. Look at all that gunk in there. Jeez. And it just gets sucked right into the carburetor. There we go. You can see it's going to the pump up in the front, and it comes back down through the line to the carburetor. So now the fun part, we can see what compression is. Man, everything feels really tight on this thing. Alright, well here's the plug. I mean, it doesn't look like it was running too bad. I don't know. We'll see what compression is here, I guess. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see if it has spark. Let's see here. Will it have spark? It's got good spark. That's good, I guess. So it has spark. Alright. Alright. You guys check it out. Check out the reading there. I'll turn it over with the carburetor open, and we'll see what we get here. Absolutely zero. That's crazy. Well, we've got zero compression. So that would do it. That's probably why it didn't start. And the guy said it almost started. So, yeah, there's no way that was close to starting. Alright. Let's see what's going on. Timing chain's nice and tight. Everything looks decent in there. Nothing looks chewed up or anything. It's got brand new oil. Right, we're at the left side of the machine here. Let's see what size that is. Looks like 6 millimeter. Polaris is just built cheaper. It just seems like they're cheap. From going from a Yamaha YFC 450 to a Predator, they just feel a lot cheaper working on them. Oh, what is this one? 10? There we go, 3/4 inch, I guess. Looking for that timing mark here. Should be a T. I just heard a click. Alright, there's the T right there. You guys see it? Right there with the line. Alright, so for a top dead center there, should be able to see the piston through the hole. Looks like timing is actually pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, timing's on. You can see the little dot right there, dot right there, dot right there, dot right there. So timing is pretty much spot on. Might be 1 tooth off on this one, but that shouldn't cause any issues, I wouldn't think. Let's check the clearances here. Maybe the guy just shimmed them wrong. So if the guy shimmed them wrong and they're too tight, what can happen is the valves never close when you turn it over, so you'll have zero compression. It's either a bent valve or the clearances are way off. I'm guessing like these are 0.005 inches at least. Let's see. Oh, huge gap. Wow, that wasn't even close. Huge gap, huge gap. So I don't think, big gap. So it's got to be bent. Those clearances are huge. Let me go to the biggest clearance I have on this thing and see if it goes through. Yep. That one doesn't. Yep, that one does. So the intake clearances are set to the highest setting right now. Goes through like nothing. Look at that. So whoever set these were doing it incorrectly. So I guess we'll have to take apart the top end here. See what's going on. So we gotta get the carburetor off, the pipe off, the mount right there off, coolant lines off, and then we can get the head off. Alright, we're at the right side of the quad here. I'm gonna try to save some of this coolant, I guess. Should come out right here, I would think. If not, I'm just gonna dump in this pan, which is fine too. I don't really care that much. Alright. See if anything comes out. Once we open the cap, it should. Where's the cap? Is it all the way over to the other side? Oh, all the way over here. Come on. There we go. We'll let the rest of it come out. Otherwise it's just going to droop all over. Alright, coolant's drained at least. Here it looks like a bolt right there. Needs to come off. And then a couple, 4 of them underneath there. See if we can rip this pipe off of here. There we go. Come on. There we go. Whew. pretty long. I'm gonna shove a screwdriver in there. If it was straight, that would work. We're gonna twist it to the, what is that, right? Twist it to the right. That's pretty spring tension. We're just gonna take the whole thing out. All right, let's get these cams out of here. We're gonna crack these first with a wrench, just in case they're really tight. Cam chain's now loose. And let the tensioners off. I believe these are different lengths as well, so keep that in mind. I don't need all this. Let's see, one is that length. Oh, these are the same length actually. Yeah, same length. Thought they were different. Guess not. I think this is just one big thing right here. I believe everything's in there. Looks pretty good. Not too bad. Let's see, here's the decompression mechanism. Get this cam out first. Intake cam. See how that looks. Looks pretty good. Did we get lucky? Do we have a hot cams? I don't think so. Not seeing any marks on it, so looks like the stock cam. Up here so it doesn't fall down in the engine. And we'll take a look at the exhaust cam here. That doesn't look too bad. Decompression mechanism. I believe that's working. Seems like it has a lot of play in it actually. I don't know. I think I've got an extra cam for one of these anyway. Alright. We gotta get the bolt off right here. Oil line right there. And then there's two bolts on the side right here. Smaller ones down here. And then there's, I think, 4 up here. Alright, we've got 4 bolts left to break. And then we should be off with the head. Holy cow, those are torqued down. Alright. I'm gonna use my breaker for that. Breakers are on there. Holy cow. Even the breaker bar is having a hard time. Wow. Trying to go in a crisscross pattern here. Holy. There, that one came. There we go. Now these have washers underneath them. These are easy to get off right here, but the ones in there are kind of tricky. And they can actually fall right down. So we gotta be careful getting these off. You do not want the washer to fall down there. Well, that one came right out. Perfect. Come off of there. Ooh, another perfect one. Alright, well, the head should come off now. I don't think anything else is holding it on. Chain. Let's see here. Don't want to break anything here. There we go. That's off. Probably should have taken the water pump cover off here. There we go. Decent. Looks like a newer gasket on here too. Take that off right away. Looks like this thing was rebuilt. That looks really clean. Looks like a brand new gasket. Check that piston out. And then check out the surface of the cylinder. Looks perfect in there. That's really nice. We're going to check the cylinder. Let's see what that looks like. I don't see any metal chunks or anything anywhere, so hopefully the piston's fine. Let's rotate the engine and check out that cylinder. Alright, well, I think we got lucky here. You can see the cylinder is like perfect. Not a single scratch on that sucker. That's really nice. Alright, now let's go check out the head. Alright, here's the head. Looking at the valves, those look okay. I'm just going to kind of check out the shims here. I want to see what kind of shims they put in here. I mean, they're not like super out of whack or anything. Not like super small, so that's good. Yeah, they look pretty normal to me. Yeah, all the shims look normal. Alright, let's take a look at the bottom of this thing. Oh, oh boy, look at those intake valves. That's not good. Look at those gaps. Those suckers got pinched bad. Yeah, those are pretty bent. Look at that. Holy cow. That's pretty crazy. Look at those. That's a big gap. So it looks like we need some new intake valves. But I think that's pretty much it. Everything else looks good in this thing. So we'll get a new head gasket, new intake valves, and this should be a running quad. And then obviously we need a new air filter as well. And then we gotta clean out the box right there. New shock, piece of plastic, and we'll try to get this brake mounted up as well. And then obviously a battery as well. So the guy wasn't lying, it was the intake valves that were bent. The exhaust valves look good though. So he must have just timed one thing wrong. How's the surface right here? Yeah, everything else looks good, no cracks or anything. Alright, we've got our valve compressor here. There's one. There's the other one. We can untwist it and we'll see how bent that valve is. Don't know why it's yellow right there at the top of that. Kind of weird. Let's see. All right. Look how bent that guy is. She's a little bent. That's number one valve. Just a tad bent. Then we'll get the other one out and see how bent that one is. Alright, here's the second valve. Just as bent. It's pretty crazy. So obviously needs new valves. The valve guides and seats are perfect. We got lucky there, so really we just need new valves and then valve seals, so that's not too bad. Right, well I found a new clamp for the front brake, the one right here. The one right here is still broken, but for now it's at least holding it. We're going to take the cover off right here, see if there's any fluid in there and see if the brakes work. Alright, that brake master cylinder was completely empty. So let's try to get some brake fluid in there and see if we can bleed the front brakes. See what happens, I guess. Try pumping it. Alright, we'll pump this for a little bit and see if we can get that to go down a little bit. Might have to crack the bleeder. Alright, check it out. Brakes are bled. And the brakes work, so test them out here quick. So those are working good. I think now we're going to order up some parts. It's missing the rear grab bar as well, and I really want that, so I might order one of those up as well. Puts the mouse right there. So it looks like we need a grab bar, the side plastic piece that goes right here, that's gray, air filter, obviously the intake valves, and then a couple light bulbs, and then the cover for right here, and then the grips. All right, just went over the parts and looked up everything and got prices. So we need valves, which are $65. I got the kibble white, I already ordered those. We need a plastic side piece, which is $75. We need a grab bar, just a stock one is $50. Throttle body cap, they're really hard to find. I found one for $25 that was broken, so still looking for that, but that was $25. Headlight bulbs, $15. Shock was right around $100 to $150, and grips were $11 on Amazon. So the total for parts came to $336. Purchase price was $800, and then plus the $336 comes to a total of $1,136 for the complete quad in running condition. So that's not too bad. Like I said before, they typically go for $2,000 to $25, so probably like right around $23 is what you're gonna get for it if you go to sell it. So I think that's definitely worth it, getting those parts. So we'll order up as many as we can find on eBay and then replace all of them. So yeah, not a bad deal after all. But anyway, next video we will put those parts on and we'll see if she runs. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Till next time, we are out.